I'm talking today about the relationship between video games and youth violence. There's plenty of good YouTubes on it already, but none of them show this graph. This graph shows a minus 0.95 R value between video game sales and youth violence. What that means is that when one goes up, the other goes down about 95% of the time. To put this in perspective, here are some other R values for other crime-related relationships. The relationship between incarceration rates and crime is only 0.33. So to put that in perspective, video game sales have a 2.9 times stronger relationship in the data set we used earlier that looks at data between 1996 and 2007. So maybe instead of putting people in prison, we should be giving people video games in order to prevent crime. Measuring aggressive personalities only resulted in a 0.25 R value, so the current methods obviously aren't very predictive. Poverty is only 0.25, childhood abuse is a mere 0.22, and witnessing violence as a child is 0.18. So looking at this, I thought this had to be a fluke, so I updated the data to more recent history, between 2006 and 2013. This is what I got. It still looks like a negative relationship apart from 2008. It's a near mirror image. So then I decided to see if there was a difference between mature video games and video games rated E for everybody. This is the results that I got. The left shows the relationship between mature video games and youth violence, and the right E-rated video games. It appears that E-rated video games have a stronger negative correlation with youth violence, so maybe there is justification for the restriction of violent video games after all. Even so, the main expert who argued for censorship of video games in the Supreme Court of America had to admit that, and I quote from court documents, "The effect sizes of children's exposure to violent video games are about the same as that produced by their exposure to violence on television. The same effects have been found when children watch cartoons starring Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner, or when they play video games like Sonic the Hedgehog that are rated E, appropriate for all ages, or even when they view a picture of a gun." So this guy apparently wants to just censor everything.